Hi everyone! Welcome to the kickoff of our senior celebrations. Welcome to my fellow seniors. I miss seeing you all. Welcome parents, family, friends, teachers. Welcome to anyone and everyone that is here with us in spirit tonight. I want to start off by acknowledging how unusual this year has been for us all. Back on New Year's Eve, when I watched the ball drop with a few friends, I certainly did not picture this year taking such a drastic turn. It all seems unreal. First, a global pandemic strikes. The normal functioning of the world is brought to a halt. Then, the economy takes a plunge while everyone is suddenly addicted to TikTok. To top everything off, Netflix releases a documentary about Joe Exotic and his tigers. What even was that? School is way more than stuff we complain about. It's more than homework and tests, more than stress and a source of anxiety. It's a place where friends and friendly faces are. It's a place to meet people, a place to let yourself be bored or inspired by teachers, a refuge for some. During the past 12 weeks of quarantine, we all may have had moments where we felt a little lost without it. Recently, a lot of changes have been made. We all had to give up things, whether it was a scheduled trip, hugging those you love, prom, family, your family's financial stability, whether you lost your job or had to work overtime to compensate for your parents' lost income. Not only have so many changes taken place, but the future is now filled with so much uncertainty. With so many aspects of our normal lives modified, celebrations may seem a little out of place. But it is during these troubled times that we need it the most. Regardless of this year's events, we still made it to the end of our compulsory education. Except for a little bump towards the end, it was 12 years of being required to sit in school. From now on, if you choose to continue to go to school, it's your own fault. Parent-student speeches are a tradition of senior week. Historically, a male and female student are picked to deliver a speech to their parent of the opposing gender. The parent and student deliver speeches to each other in front of the whole class. This year, we decided to disregard the opposite gender requirement and continue to break tradition. While both of the parent-student pairs who are about to take our stage have a unique individual experience growing up in the 5 towns, they also symbolize a shared experience between all parents and students who have grown up in our school district. I'd like to welcome Danila and his mother, Tatiana.
Dear graduates, congratulations to you on this great achievement. We couldn't be more proud of you on this graduation day. You've accomplished so much, made great friends, learned a lot, had fun, and overcame many challenges along the way. It's a day that brings up a lot of memories. Danila, I clearly remember your first day of kindergarten when you waved to me on your first bus ride to school and those first school concerts. Not sure that I terribly miss sitting on the bleachers in April during 5-town Little League practice, wrapped in blankets to survive February-like wind chills, but certainly those first home runs and cheering I do miss, just as I certainly miss endless YMCA soccer, basketball, swimming practices, and summer camps. I recall your first day of middle school and picking an instrument for band class. You picked a flute. And I think my favorite part of middle school were those band and chorus concerts. I continue to be amazed at the talent and hard work by Mr. Roulette and Miss Anderson, all the teachers, parents, staff, and of course, students that went into all of those shows. Do you remember Miss Mary Poppins musical and endless rehearsals? Or Dance Through the Decades with Mr. Morse? And then how you joined CHRHS math team, headed up by Miss Hilche? And then hard work and many, many, many drafts and do-overs in English class with Miss Friesland. And then a one-of-a-lifetime experience of your Bahamas exchange and tons of memories and new friends. But I think the most memorable was CHRHS variety show where you impersonated Taylor Swift with the blank space. That was a total vocal bomb performed live. And it seems just like a day later, you stepped up into high school. And the sports went onto a whole new level with cross-country with Helen, endless tennis championships, wins and losses, and all that hard work and practices every day. And of course, music and drama and wonderful concerts with Miss Rowe and Miss Murphy that I was always looking forward to. A great performance every time that never disappoints. I remember how you practiced all summer learning to play saxophone to be part of the jazz band. And then countless mass team meets and new achievements. And another wonderful experience was German exchange program by Mr. Gray, and great new connections and friendships formed around the globe. The one thing that I'm not going to miss about high school is a complex maze of college and scholarship applications, sitting till midnight and compiling FAFSA, all that SAT prep, waiting for acceptance letters. Thank you to all the staff of the counseling office for your endless support with that. But I'm glad this part of high school is behind us. At the blink of an eye, your drive is at, and you're driving away on your first day of senior year, and then all of a sudden today, your graduation day. Who could have thought that long 12 years of school could be so short? Today we're celebrating all of you as you take in your next step into something new and unknown. For some it may be college or technical school. For some, travel, work, serving our country, volunteering, or just taking some time off to figure it all out. Everyone needs to find their path, and it's okay, they're all different. It's okay to change your mind and try something else again and again until you find your path. Be proud of your choice. Be grateful that you have a choice. And as you're leaving your familiar halls of the school today onto a new adventure, I'd like to say, no matter where your path takes you, be yourself. These days, everyone expects you to fill some sort of profile on social media or certain bogus criteria of presumed success, wellness, or happiness. Find yourself and be yourself. Love yourself the way you are and strive to be your better self. Take good care of your body, mind, and spirit and your home. Surround yourself by people who like you and accept you and help you feel comfortable, at ease, who do not expect you to become someone you're not, but rather help you develop your better self. Find something you love and be passionate about it. Be good at it. Learn to be better at it. Make this passion highly contagious and share it with others. It's not always easy. Some things may require you to work hard or even fight for them, but if you feel they're worth it, do it. Grab opportunities as they present themselves, knock on doors, meet people, create connections, and learn. It's good to challenge yourself and step outside your comfort zone from time to time. Do not underestimate the power of meeting someone face to face and having a good old conversation. Do not be afraid to make mistakes. Have guts to admit it and learn from it. Be kind. Learn to listen and observe. Learn to give someone your undivided attention. Be interested in others. Inquire. Learn to appreciate those who take time to teach you, make you better, and those whom you can rely upon anytime. Be thankful for what you have. Learn to have enough and appreciate it. Remember, there's always someone out there who's less fortunate. Share. It will come around tenfold. And most importantly, have fun. And enjoy and cherish every moment of life. It's a precious gift. Congratulations.
I've never been someone who likes to intrude on people's lives. If anything, I sit and observe quietly, largely keeping my thoughts to myself. Being selected to give this speech, I was thrust into the strange task of genuinely reflecting on my experiences and putting it into words. What truly makes this community special, and how has it specifically impacted me? My perspective was immediately obvious. I truly believe I am very lucky to have had much of my life be here. Our community offers a level of support few other schools can achieve, especially in terms of administrative efforts. Though our annoyance with various scheduling experiments is justified, they are done in order to help us succeed. Imagine Camden Hills if benefits such as flex time and open campus were to be removed, which holds true at several other schools. These serve as a show of respect and a recognition of maturity, as it gives an opportunity to both seek assistance as required and rewards responsibility and work completion. Even if we'd rather not have remote school days, their implementation has served as an impressive bridge into the remote learning for the current pandemic, to which the school's response has truly shown that support comes first and foremost. Teachers specifically check in with students, work was limited to prevent burnout, and the final quarter even transitioned to a pass-fail system. To say we are lucky to have been so prepared is an understatement. Students in other districts continue to struggle through packets of busy work that only serve to degrade their mental health, yet we have already been given the opportunity to graduate, which many do not have the chance to experience this year. A school is nothing without its students, however, but they are no less exceptional here. The student body has a sort of relaxed character where a collaborative and accepting environment is promoted rather than one that is cutthroat and excessively competitive, both in education and in a social context. Everyone is incredibly easy to talk to, which is especially helpful for a socially introverted person like me. I came into high school immensely antisocial and awkward, and thanks to everyone's support, have left somewhat less antisocial and a little less awkward. Your kindness and consideration will not go unnoticed by others in the future, and it is a quality everyone should continue to strive for. Of course, revealing my experience would be incomplete without showing the role my parents had. Much of my character has developed from seeing my parents' own progress, serving as a constant goal I've worked to achieve. My parents immigrated to the United States from Russia, equipped with college experience and a decent understanding of English. They began working at various odd jobs just to survive. Many nights were spent sleeping in their car, even during harsh winters. It was certainly hard, but they didn't give up. My mom found a job in accounting, and my family could eventually afford a home, a great improvement over living in vehicles and motels. While my mom spent time working, my dad looked after me, and he has continued to do so for my two siblings. My mom's efforts led to a job offer in Portland, and my family moved so that she could pursue it. Soon after my brother was born, a new offer arose in Camden, and we moved yet again. Even more recently, my mom worked her way to yet another opportunity, to which she now must commute an hour every day. All the while, she helps teach an online college course, requiring an even greater time investment. My dad even operates his own business, sometimes forcing him to be away from home for days at a time. Seeing my parents' journey and perseverance has only pushed me to work my hardest. Both show such impressive resolve and determination, persistence I hope I can attain as well. I too will never give up, just like them. I am lucky to have a source of strength be so obvious to me, as it has often been the primary example I have turned to for inspiration throughout high school. Seeing the range of talents in our class, I hope everyone has an example to take inspiration from as well, even if it isn't readily apparent right now. To everyone in my class, whether talented in the arts, gifted in mathematics, pursuing science, or working to improve someone's life, please persevere. Find your own source of strength and draw inspiration from it. Continue being supportive, compassionate, and strong. This community has helped me in so many ways, and I hope the principles that have made my experience so great continue into the future to help many more. I sincerely thank all of you. And Mom, I love you.
Thank you so much for those wonderful speeches. I would now like to call up CHRHS and her mother, Rosie.
Dear Sage, I'm writing this to you because I don't think you know how amazing you are. And to be honest, I don't think I tell you enough. And while I'm here speaking now because I've been asked to, and it's an honor to be asked. Everything is truthful. Remember that. I feel like the luckiest person on earth getting to be mom to you and your brother Noah. The cashier at the greenhouse looked at me yesterday and said, "You're Sage's mom, aren't you?" It was Zoe, who you work with at Planet. I'm so proud to be Sage's mom. It's the best job title I have. And I bet a lot of other parents feel exactly the same way. The best bit of being a parent is feeling your heart burst open with love. And it's fun watching you grow. You're all like a big garden of plants. Some of you are bright orange and showy and dress the whole place up. Some of you spread roots that connect to different plants. Some of you are strong and structural. It takes all sorts to make a beautiful garden, just as it takes all sorts of you to form your school community. Many of you have been seeing each other each week since preschool. You've spent endless hours pushing yourselves in sports teams. You've been part of incredible productions in the Strom Auditorium that you receive standing ovations for. You've produced a fabulous school newspaper that's been made available all around town. You've had the courage to stand up and act on your convictions. You counteract the isms that drag us all down and stop us seeing each other for the people we truly are. I wept today for the state of our country. I don't know how to send you out of our beautiful, safe main bubble into the incomprehensible mayhem that seems to be engulfing the rest of the world right now. And yet you will go, because you are in charge of yourself. You are strong and brave and capable. You will dive into the ocean that is life and come up swimming. In fact, you'll do more than that. You'll figure out a way to get the microplastics out of the water you're swimming in. The microplastics that are in all water, everywhere. I know that because you showed me the samples you took from Belfast Bay with plastic suspended in them. Showing me that contaminated water had more of an effect on my understanding than 100 newspaper articles. It opened my eyes to the truth. You and your generation are opening our eyes to the truth on many levels. We can only keep listening and learning, doing our best as parents to love you and support you as you arc into the future and follow your dreams, whatever they may be. Sometimes dreams seem to get knocked sideways, postponed or reimagined. That's okay. The twists in the road are what make us the characters that we become. Sometimes they lead us to new interests or skill sets. I'm so sorry that you're missing the pomp and circumstance and celebrations that usually accompany graduation. I'm also grateful that we're all looking after our others' well-being and safety. I'm English, and we tend to leave pomp and circumstance to the royal family. Proms are a very American thing. I love that this country honours this major transition in your lives. In England, we were just glad to have passed our last exam. We went home and had a cup of tea. Maybe in the circumstances, that's not such a bad idea. As you know, there's not much that a cup of tea and a good night's sleep won't fix. As you move into the big wide world and dip your toes into the wild waters of this 21st century reality, I hope you carry the caring energy and talent of this very special community with you. These words are from the poem Desiderata by Max Ehrmann. Your English great-grandma used to have a copy of it hanging on her wall. Be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him, her, or it to be. And whatever your labours and aspirations, in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace in your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it's still a beautiful world. Be cheerful. Strive to be happy. Congratulations, Sage, on graduating. Congratulations to all of you. And congratulations to all of you parents for getting them past the finish line. I would strongly recommend putting your feet up and having a nice cup of tea. You've earned it.
It feels strange to be leaving after 8 years of living in Camden by standing up here and being filmed for our online senior week. However, like now, the past years have been a wild ride filled with many emotions and lots of growth, which I'm sure is the same for the rest of you. Most of my growth has been from my relationships, whether that be friends, family, or teachers. But since my mother is here giving me a suggestive look, I'll focus mostly on her. Rosie Curtis isn't what I would call a normal mom. Not that that's a bad thing. Over the past 18 years, she has had many moments that have helped prepare me for the future. The most practical is that you should not buy Ugg boots via spam text message because, if you would believe it, they will turn out to be completely fake. So now I know not to participate in an internet scam. Thank you. She has also taught me to not completely eat it on the ski mountains by hooking my winter jacket up to a dog leash and sending me down the mountain when I was 5, with her following closely behind, leash in hand. Although some of her methods are a bit unconventional, she has taught me to try my best in everything I do. I know most of us have been in the middle of a game or race, and our parents were screaming frantically on the sidelines, cheering us on. Well, my mom didn't quite cheer. She did have a giant cowbell on the side of a river while I was rowing in complete agony. Knowing I always had a cheer squad always got me to the end. She's also pushing the boundaries for how many things any single person should take on at one time. I've never seen someone have so many projects going on at once and somehow getting them all done. And this is all while she was a single parent, putting her son through college, and somehow dealing with me. She pulls all-nighters once a week that stress me out to the absolute edge, but she gets the job done. I can see her now in her office, her face lit up from her computer, with her 5th cup of coffee on the table next to her at 3 in the morning. Sometimes I do worry that she stretches herself a bit thin, but that's nothing a cup of tea can't fix. She has taught me to be strong, hardworking, and just a little bit sarcastic. However, while home life teaches you many things, going to school for 7 hours a day also teaches you a bit. Going through the school system here has been quite thought-provoking. From Mr. Morse putting us in a sweatshop in 6th grade, for so-called educational purposes, to Mr. Kelly giving us specific instructions on how to boil pasta into a liquid, which I'm sorry, Mr. Kelly, but to this day sounds disgusting. While we have absorbed and learned lots of information, we have grown because of the people we see the most. We have learned that snow day calculator is not always accurate, but we continue to use it in an argument for why we should not go to school anyways. We have learned from administration that skipping flex time is punishable by death. Thank you, Ms. Curtis. We have learned from College Board that being smart does not cost money, but proving your smarts sure does. We have learned that Mr. Vadas loves Moxie more than life itself, and that no matter what you're doing, from fixing a car to taking care of a 3-year-old, the fundamental theorem of calculus is used. We have learned from Miss Howard and Mr. Wallace that the book When Asia Was the World is not a page-turner, and that we should probably just time travel back into the Enlightenment era when humans were way more chill. We have learned from Mr. Kahn that falling asleep at the wheel is catastrophic. I was fine, but my pottery was ruined. Get it? We have learned from each other that we struggle at Spirit Week, that we can stand together and protest for what is right, and that you can always find friends in a sea of people. Our parents, teachers, and classmates have helped us grow up here, but we are about to leave, and we will take the lessons we have learned here with us and share them with the rest of the world. We are the future. We have been taught by CHRHS what is right, and that if we keep fighting, we can get it. And that's all thanks to how we grew up. So thank you, teachers, for the not quite educational moments that we will remember forever. Thank you, class of 2020. I wouldn't have wanted to spend the past 4 years with anyone else. And above all else, thank you, Mom. Your lessons will always be with me. Thank you. Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you for those lovely speeches. We probably received a dozen emails and Schoology updates from Miss Munson begging us to submit pictures for the senior slideshow. Students and parents sent in their blasts from the past to make it happen. The senior slideshow is a unifying moment, a compilation of old and recent memories. With the help of student council, Emma Jordan put together the slideshow we're about to watch. Now let's take a moment to look back before we head forward.
You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said. Boy, you've got a friend in me. Yeah, you've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. You've got troubles, I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together, we can see it through. 'Cause you've got a friend in me. Oh, you've got a friend in me. And as the years go by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny. Oh, you've got a friend in me. Oh, you've got a friend in me. Oh, you've got a friend in me. Woke up alone in my hotel room. Played with myself, where were you? Went back to sleep, then got drunk by noon. I've never felt less cool. We haven't spoke since you went away. Comfortable silence is so overrated. Why won't you ever be the first one to say? Even my phone misses your call. By the way, I saw your friend that you know from work. He said you feel just fine. I saw you gave her your old t-shirt, more of what once was mine. And I see it's written, it's all over her face. Comfortable silence is so overrated. Why don't you ever say what you wanna say? Even my phone misses your call. By the way, maybe one day you'll call me and tell me that you're sorry too. Maybe one day you'll call me and tell me that you're sorry too. Maybe one day you'll call me and tell me that you're sorry too. But you never do. Woke up the boy who was just like you. I almost said your name. And we haven't spoke since you went away. Comfortable silence is so overrated. Why don't you ever say what you wanna say? Even my phone misses your call. And we haven't spoke since you went away. Comfortable silence is so overrated. Why don't you ever say what you wanna say?
could find the whole meaning of life in those sad eyes. They've seen things you never quite say, but I hear. Come out of hiding, I'm right here beside you. And I'll stay there as long as you'll let me, because you matter to me. Simple and plain and not much to ask from somebody. You matter to me, I promise you do. You matter too, I promise you do. You'll see. You matter.
It's addictive the minute you let yourself think. The things that I say just might matter to someone. All of this time I've been keeping my mind on the running away. And for the first time I think I'll consider the stay. Because you matter to me. Simple and plain and not much to ask from somebody. You to me, I promise you do. You matter too. I promise you do. You'll see. You matter to me. You matter to me. Simple and plain and not much to ask from somebody. You matter to me. I promise you do.
Come out of hiding, I'm right here beside
you. Matter too.
As long as you
I promise
me.
you do. You matter too.
You matter to me. You'll see. You matter to me.
I feel like a 6 out of 10. I've gotta get up early tomorrow again. What goes on behind the words? Is there pity for the plain girl? Can you see the panic inside? And making you uneasy, aren't I? What goes on behind the words? Is there pity for the plain girl? I'll close my mouth, I won't say a word. A nod of pity for the plain girl. that you don't want me here. I know 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 that you don't. Oh, I'll just call a taxi. That you don't gotta get up early tomorrow again. That you don't. I'll just call a taxi. That you don't gotta get up early tomorrow again. What goes on behind the words? Is there pity for the plain girl? I'll close my mouth, I won't say a word. A nod of pity for the plain girl. Woke up in your new apartment in your twin-size bed. Coffee starting, don't remember much. All I know is that you talk too much. Time to go. Ba-ba-dum, bum-ba-dum, ba-da-da-dum, bum-bum. Ba-ba-dum. You've got those big blue eyes, drive me crazy, make me fantasize about you, baby. And you smell so sweet, like fresh picked daisies. Call me Dahmer, 'cause your heart's so tasty. Ba-ba-dum, ba-ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-bum-bum, bum-ba-dum. And I watched you break the glass you shattered, said it's my mistake. I make things harder, so I tried my best to shut my mouth, but all the thoughts I've hid dug their way out. Ba-ba-dum, ba-ba-dum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-dum, bum-ba-dum. Said you can trust me, I said it's fine, because I'm not happy till I tell a lie. Now my bedsheets smell like your cologne, and in our separate worlds we sleep alone. Ba-ba-dum, ba-ba-dum, ba-da-da-dum, bum-bum, ba-ba-dum. Ba-ba-dum, ba-ba-dum, ba-da-da-dum, bum-bum, bum-ba-dum.
Up in horsey heaven, here's the thing. Trade your legs for angels' wings. And once we've all said goodbye, take a running leap and you learn to fly. Sebastian, miss you in the
death leaves you high and dry, I'll be at your door tonight if you need help, if you need help. I'll shut down the city lights, I'll lie, cheat, I'll beg and bribe to make you well, to make you well. When enemies are at your door, I'll carry you away from war if you need help, if you need help. Your hope dangling by a string, I'll share in your suffering to make you well, to make you well. Give me reasons to believe that you would do the same for me, and I would do it for you, for you. Baby, I'm not moving on, I'll love you long after you're gone, for you, for you. You will never sleep alone, I love you long after you're gone, and long after you're gone, gone, gone. When you fall like a statue, I'm gonna be there to catch you, put you on your feet, you on your feet. And if your well is empty, not a thing will prevent me from me what you need. What do you need? I surrender honestly. You've always done the same for me, so I would do it for you, for you. Baby, I'm not moving on, I'll love you long after you're gone, for you, for you. You will never sleep alone, I'll love you long after you're gone, and long after you're gone, gone, gone. You're my backbone, you're my cornerstone, you're my crutch when my legs stop moving. You're my head start, you're my rugged heart, you're the pulse that I always needed. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, my heart never stops beating. For you, for you. Baby, I'm not moving on, I'll love you long after you're gone. For you, for you. You will never sleep alone, I'll love you long after you're gone. For you, for you. Baby, I'm not moving on, I'll love you long after you're gone. For you, for you. You will never sleep alone, I'll love you long, long after you're gone. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, my heart never stops beating for you. And long after you're gone, 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 I'll love you long after you're gone, gone, gone.
Every year, a student in our class is asked to put together a class video for Spirit Week. This year, a rare occurrence happened when Jonathan Mahoney volunteered to put together our senior class video out of his own free will. Jonathan tried his best to include every senior by personally contacting students. Let's take a look at the footage that surely would have secured our victory during Spirit Week.
Hey, and welcome to the part of the graduation where I can make this either a very memorable or very forgettable moment. So what gives? This is my last opportunity to speak to all of my friends, so I hope to make this prelude sentiment as true to my heart as it is wholesome and concise for what I wish to say. From day one, I was first introduced to Miss Murphy, who optimistically told my homeroom that graduation was 708 school days away. Of course, that number seems inconvenient and insignificant for most people in the first 707. So luck would have it, we only had to stay through 694 days. and graduation seemed more insignificant until just over 2 months ago. It never ceased to amaze me how I never regretted spending any one of those days amongst you. I never seemed to stop talking about how lucky I am to be here in Maine and with an amazing community to be around. And perhaps more fortunate than others may feel about going to school at Camden Hills. I felt welcomed and respected and tolerated at a moral standard I never would have thought possible, given the current chaos existent in our society. And by this, I felt obligated to return the favor back to you. So here I am. I envisioned the perfect class video to satisfy that remunerating favor. Of course, that vision has become more personal to each person who has contributed to the video because of the wide variance in videographic talent that has been submitted for the video. Our phones carry insufferable microphones and the cameras offer little in the way of professionalism. So you may wonder why I would go out of my way for more pressing matters to scramble up a hodgepodge grain silo that ends up being our class video. My answer to that has been consistently the same from the beginning. Although now I feel like its relevance to the conditions we face today is more painfully true. And with that, I quote, "One day, all of us will get separated from each other. We will miss our conversations of everything and nothing, and the dreams we had. Days, months, and years will pass until this contact becomes rare. One day, our children will see our pictures and ask, 'Who are these people?' And we will smile with invisible tears, because a heart is touched with a strong word. And you will say, 'It was with them I had the best days of my life with.'" So together, may we remember fondly, with laughs, tears, outbursts, and smiles, our close ones and familiar faces, as we head down memory lane for the senior class video. Enjoy. How's your senior year gonna look? And how's it looking
How's it
right
gonna
now?
look?
Yeah.
Okay, right now. Sounds good. I mean, like, not good, but it's okay.
So far, I'm passing my classes. I haven't been arrested, and my mother still loves me. So I think that's a success.
Let's go.
Get away from me, Jonathan.
Awesome.
How many weeks has it been?
Like 4 or 5.
Too many.
Oh shit. It's been great, you know?
Great.
I've gotten used to the school by now.
Oh yeah, super. I know my way around the school too.
Entree dans le café!
How you doing?
Hi everyone, I just wanted to quickly say that I'm so proud of each and every one of you, and I miss you and I love you. And although this feels like the end of our senior year, we are united by such a strong community that I know I'll be seeing your smiling faces in a week, a month, and even a year. I miss you all.
I know times are hard right now, but they will get better. So, wherever you end up, know this.
Oh my God!
Thank you to all of my friends, teachers, and staff who have made the past 4 years at Camden Hills really memorable for me.
We used to sing.
Thank you for watching and being present in spirit. I would also like to thank Susan Bovin, our head of food services, her staff, our bus drivers, and ed techs to get meals out to their families who need them on a daily basis. Our next event will be awards night on Thursday at 6.